Hello and welcome friends. I am Dr. Ruhi Lal, Head Handling Student Support at Amity School of Communication, Amity University, Noida. I have total 23 years of experience, blend of industry and academics. My core specialization is advertising, marketing and brand management. I have worked in various advertising agencies including Noida Ad Agency, Grey Worldwide, Purple Focus Private Limited. I have worked in leading publication house also, Hindustan Times Media Limited, in media marketing department as advertising manager. From last 14 years I am teaching at Amity School of Communication, Amity University, Noida. In this lecture I shall explain the basic concepts and principles of event management. In this lecture, the basic concept and practices of event management will be discussed. After completion of the session, the students will be able to understand foundation of event management. So now let's start discussing the objective of this episode. The objective of the lectures are to understand meaning, nature and features of event management, to gain deep knowledge on evolution of events and its types, whether it is a conference, wedding or other scheduled meeting. Event management requires keeping an eye on all the details leading up to and during the event. Event managers oversee the employees, money, vendor, connections and other aspects of events execution. It can be challenging to distinguish between the job titles in the event planning industry since they are as varied and numerous as the service provided. When creating an event planning portfolio, hunting for employment or working with a customer that doesn't understand your job function and obligation, it might be difficult. The various subtopics of the subject I am going to discuss today to elaborate the subject and make better understanding of the subject are: what is event, definition of event management, concepts of event management, types of events. So let's start with the introduction. An event can be defined as an activity which is used for celebrating, highlighting and promoting a new launch, inauguration or a personal activity having a well defined objective. An event is a very important element of marketing communication which helps in bringing out a brand awareness on larger and broader scale. Event is something that occurs, particularly something significant. It could be a scheduled public or social event, a wedding celebration, workplace party, fashion show, conference, product launch, sporting event, rock concert, exhibition, seminar and many other types of events can be considered events. Organizing events is a popular method to bring about better brand awareness, as traditional forms of communication has become stagnant and have lost their importance and effectivity. Events are described by Philip Kotler as happenings intended to convey a certain message to the target audience. Event can be large gathering of people for a party, lesson, promotion or reunion. Events can be categorized based on their scope, nature and surroundings. An event can be a live or social cycle such as a lecture, career counseling sessions, wedding, engagement party, etc. An event is a package that is carefully planned to offer, reach and encourage contact between the client and the target audience to have an intended impact. Let's understand what do we mean by management. To manage is to predict and plan, and to organize, to command, to coordinate and to control, said Henry Fell. To put it even more simply, management is the way something is managed, or by employing the essential abilities to accomplish the intended aims and objectives. It is a procedure for researching, organizing, promoting, putting on and reviewing an event. It is an alternative method of advertising a commodity, service or a concept. An event may be utilized as a potent marketing tool to introduce a product or service if it is organized and managed skillfully, in order to support a professional approach and ultimately produce effective and efficient outcomes. It is necessary to apply a set of fundamental values to every aspect, process and decision. Numerous tasks are included in event management to carry out large scale events such as conferences, conventions, concerts, trade fairs, festivals and ceremonies. It comprises managing the event's general logistics, collaborating with workers and managing the project as a whole. Managing the budget, the groups of individuals in charge of each task and supervising the event's performance are possible additional responsibilities. Additionally, event managers oversee all outside contractors and consultants, including event planners. So let's talk about the stages of events. So pre-event activity. A pre-event activity is the most important tool for making the event successful. Event analysis, event history, market research, target profile, investment required. Market analysis means finding information about your target audience and the event structure. Market analysis is the first step to find out the target group for your planned event. Requisite to market plan: age group, sex, weather constraint, venue availability, qualification, profession, knowledge level, income status, liking and disliking, personality, customs, traditions, religion, lifestyles. So all these are important. Test market your event plan. Discuss your event plan with industry experts. Do a small SWOT analysis. Try to keep plan B ready. Get vendors, sponsors, partners and client for your event. Prepare an event checklist. An event checklist is an ordered list of activities which are needed to be executed in order to produce and market the event. Prepare SWOT report. During the event activity, on the day activities are the core of every event. event organizers need to take into consideration following factors. The first is the vendor management, the hospitality management, venue management, time management, crowd management, security, risk. All these are important to take care. Let's talk about post-event activities. Post-event activities includes the summary of entire event. Post-event activity include event evaluation form, target audience, client feedback, then sponsorship feedback form, vendor payments, logistic wrap up, venue, collaterals, miscellaneous, etc. Post event advertising and PR activities, profit and loss statements, future planning, follow up ads, thanking letter to the sponsors, problem faced this time around. So, all these are post event activities. Now, let us talk about C's of event management. So, first C, that is the concept. The event concept is the first stage towards event planning process. Consider the purpose for which event will be hosted. One of the finest technique is to consider the best concerts that have ever taken place, even if your event isn't a concert. This might help you envision the emotions you want your audience to experience. You have undoubtedly experienced certain events that have left you with enduring recollections. You want to utilize your event in this way. Consider your motivation for organizing this event, why you are organizing it. So, let's talk about the purpose. What is the event's purpose? You might want to hold a gathering to amuse guests. Perhaps the gathering is a fundraiser for a good cause, or perhaps this is the seminar designed to educate a certain subject. After determining the why, you should determine the target audience for the event. Find the people who will most enjoy and profit from your event as your target audience. This will enable you to ascertain the event's what. This implies what you will be able to choose the speakers, performances, activities, food, etc. that should be included in the event. The optimum time and location for the event must also be decided before anything else. So, next is the coordination. We trust you know how to make a schedule appropriately. After you have imagined your event, the following step is to organize it. Creating a theme or overarching concept for the event will fall under this category. Once you decide on a theme, you will be better able to plan the location, the decorations if necessary, and any other requirements for the event, such as hiring a speaker or employing audiovisual equipments. So, you have decided on objectives and have a good idea of the general style, creative components and prerequisite. It's time to get in and start seriously arranging the event. Right now, you will be creating a budget in collaboration with your financial team, then making a schedule for event planning and creating an event schedule, reserving the space, choosing a meal and scheduling a caterer, using your creative theme to style the event and hiring professional event decorators, creating and distributing the invites, maintaining a list of RSVPs, putting together marketing material and inviting your target audience to the event, reserving lectures, artists and hosts, hiring security and event personnel, arranging for attendees transportation, buying or renting a piece of equipment. So these are very important. So next is the control, one of the most neglected and frequently disregarded phase of event. Management is this one. The easiest way to handle this is to practice the event. Make sure everything is moving in the right direction. When you arrive at the location, check to see whether there is enough room for everyone who has RSVPs. You should also check to make sure the catering service will have enough room to set up the food. You are focused on ensuring that everything is on track at this crucial but frequently missed period. You will be contrasting the items on your master list for event preparation with the actual situation. You will be managing last minute modifications, resolving suppliers' problem and ensuring that everyone engaged completes their task. You will be in this stage when crossing everything off your list once more after you're going through everything. Carrying out a practice run of the event, coordinating vendor and equipment transportation, coordinating with vendor in advance of the event to ensure they are aware of when and where to set up, ensuring that you remain within your budget, giving your staff days of responsibilities, getting ready for the worst case situations. And then the next is the culmination. This is the sort of D-Day. The incident happens at this time. You and your staff must be on the top of things on this day. You should create a schedule for every participant in the event prior to the event. You should ensure that crew has access to the location so that you may set up and perhaps rehearse the event. You need to ensure that the schedule is being adhered to as the event goes on. Make sure the second speaker is prepared for their speech if only one speaker is speaking at a time. This is the culmination of many weeks and months of laborious days. Your ability to plan will be tested the day of the event. You and your team will need to be on the lookout for last minute modifications. On the actual day, you will be ensuring your team is aware of program flow and the flow of people around the venue, and coordinating with employees, suppliers, speakers and attendees to keep everything on time. Monitoring all deliveries, including those of food, flowers and rentals. Keeping records of payments and paperwork, that is very important. Ensuring that everything runs smoothly. And then the closeout. Even after the event has successfully concluded, work must continue be done. You need to confirm that all the payments have been made, that all the agreements with the supplier, caterers, speakers, etc. have been terminated. You should also provide your team with comments, inform them if they performed a fantastic job. If there were any problems, see to it that they are fixed soon away so that they can perform even better at your subsequent event. Don't forget to ask them how they thought you did as an event manager. Finally, be sure to contact the caterer, vendors and speakers, performer. Ask them if they had a good time and what might have been improved. Additionally, you have to speak with your attendees and ask for feedback. When the participants leave and the lights are turned out, event management doesn't finish. To better your future event, you must assess the current one. Determine whether your objectives were met and then record the highlights and lowlights. The closeout phase entails additionally communicating your key prospect, pursuing leads that were produced by the incident, concluding agreements with payments, suppliers and speakers, etc., expressing gratitude to participants, sponsors, suppliers and the event staff, sending out questionnaire and gathering comments from participants and sponsors. Even while organizing a business event can be difficult, it can also be very fulfilling experience. You will be able to create a strategy for successfully conducting an event by using the 5 C's of event management. Finding a location to realize your idea when you have a clear strategy in place is the next crucial step. Advantages of events. An event is a live multimedia package which aims to satisfy the objectives of the client by reaching out to the specific target audience by providing a two-way communication. It has the ability to bring together the defined participants since the capacity of audience in the events is limited. Thus, they help in the correct segmentation of the target audience. This leads to controlled reach, which would further lower the media networking budget and focused communication with a specially gathered audience. A successfully carried out event becomes a memorable experience. The word of mouth publicity generated adds to the advantage in the long run that would generate an interest for the event if it is organized the next time. Live media enables interaction which scores over other modes of advertising in terms of reach, frequency and exposure. This is so because a print ad would be a flat piece of paper or a commercial could convey few seconds of information. The advantage in terms of post-event publicity that events can offer is to associate it with the reports of event published in newspaper and aired in the electronic media. So, these are the advantages. Now, we will discuss the disadvantages of events. So, the disadvantages are perishable, fresh or it is non-tangible. It is means of entertainment. Let's talk about crucial marketing communication tool. So, events, they are considered as crucial marketing communication tool. Today's consumers are searching for certain goods or services. It might be tough to sort through the possibilities when there are so many. In contrast to what is achievable in the digital realm, an event allows for face-to-face interaction with your customers, enabling them to develop a far more intimate relationship with your business. In relation to brands, events significantly contribute to brand awareness. Up to 80% of those who participate in a marketing event tell someone else about their experience, thus increasing the reach of your brand among your target demographic. So, it is a cost effective technique to introduce new goods or service is through events. When you can present a new product to a live captive audience, you may gain support for it far more quickly. Additionally, it may be far less expensive than using traditional media. You may get feedback on your good or service from an event practically instantly. As a result, you may receive a insightful feedback much more quickly and take care of any difficulties or queries that may arise. Your company will become more adaptive and versatile as a result, and your customers will likely be happier as a result. So, now we will talk about various types of events. So, the first type of events, they are the corporate occasions. What does the phrase company event truly mean? We hear it all the time. Simply put, a corporate event is any activity that is planned by a company and is aimed towards its staff, client, stakeholder, a non-profit organization or the general public. The target audience typically relies on the purpose of the event, such as to introduce a new good or service, honor staff members' accomplishment, or exhibit knowledge in a certain area. Some corporate events take place regularly or yearly, while others may be one-time activities such as ceremonies to bestow award or to mark significant announcements. The second type of events are the seminars. So, seminars, the goal of a seminar is to provide highly pertinent information to a specified target group. This kind of gathering can take place in a public venue or a corporate headquarter or even online using a service like Zoom or Vimeo. Researching speakers and contacting possible sponsors should be at the top of your seminar preparation to-do list, because it's useful for one or a few speakers to address the audience. The next type of event is conferences with several speakers and sessions spread over several locations inside one or more venues. Conferences are often far more complicated events. Conferences are among the most successful forms of corporate networking events, often starting with a keynote session before progressing to interviews, roundtables, panel discussion. Conferences strive to promote dialogues and provide individuals with a platform to share their experience. Even though getting ready to greet visitors might seem like a large chore, the Eventbrite Organizer app can assist with sales and contact-free check-in. The next type of events are trade events, a chance to display your newest product and market your brand to other businesses or the general public is provided by trade exhibits. Trade exhibitions often take place in large spaces with space for several vendors, because the emphasis is on showcasing or demonstrating items. They therefore provide a fantastic chance to produce sales leads. So the other type of events are workshop. Although many business to business, that is B2B events, will fit into one of the three categories listed earlier. It's crucial to take into account the significance of workshop and training sessions as well, because they may aid organizations in connecting with personnel and the general public. These corporate events provide the equivalent of a collaborative classroom where the focus is squarely on learning. Whether you want to gather workers to brainstorm ideas or assist your target audience in better understanding of your product. Auctions are another kinds of event. Fundraising bidding wars frequently result in product selling for more money, giving charity the opportunity to profit. People have more time to choose their bids when an item catalog is made available before the auction. They are more inclined to place a greater bid on the item if they become sufficiently connected to it. Online or live auctions are also options. You may auction off services like personal training sessions or supper at a renowned restaurant, in addition to standard things like artwork. Other kind of events are musical events. It's essential to select performances with a similar genre for a successful music festival, since it allows you to focus and target your audience more precisely. For variety, hire additional performers like comedians as well. Virtual music concerts are sometimes considerably more accessible, even when physical one can call for a large venue and a sizable budget. Performers have two options. They may perform live on platform like Facebook or Zoom, or they can pre-record their performance for a streaming the following day. To provide participant with a more authentic festival experience, there are also immersive platforms like Sansar. So now let's discuss the conclusion of the whole lecture. So we discussed event may be utilized as a potent marketing tool if it is organized skillfully. The advantages of using live media includes lowering of media budget and focused communication with specially gathered audience, generation of word of mouth publicity, and involvement of all senses in experiencing the event. An event allow for face-to-face interaction with your customers and enabling them to develop a far more intimate relationship with the business. So cost-effective technique to introduce new goods or services is through events. Researching speakers, contacting possible sponsors should be at the top of your seminar preparation to-do list, and this is all we have for you today. And we shall soon return with another interesting episode. Till then, namaskar.